All right, now back to the coverage of the sentencing trial of the Parkland school shooter. In just a matter of hours here, the jurors will give the judge, I should say, will give the jurors instructions to begin the deliberations. And joining us this morning to bring us some perspective here is criminal defense attorney Richard Rosenbaum. Good morning to you. Thank you, sir, for being with us. We appreciate it. I want to take you back to yesterday if we can. The facts are the facts here, and the facts, and neither side is denying that, obviously. The defense is saying, yes, he did this. But I watched this thing from beginning to end, and Richard, it seemed like she was trying to impose, meaning Melissa, the defense attorney, she was trying to impose almost a God complex, saying you have to live with your decision. If you sentence him to death, you have to live with that decision. Can you do that? Good strategy?
That's a pretty good strategy, in my opinion. She kept on harping on the fact that he suffered from a mental illness and was damaged. She asked for mercy. She did what needed to be done with very bad facts. I mean, if she gets into the facts, she loses. So the best she can do is exactly what she did yesterday.
And Richard, so take us to today. So the jurors will report to the courthouse, as they've been doing so for months. Then what?
Then the jurors will be instructed from some instructions that both the defense and the state agreed on a couple days ago. The instructions will take probably more than an hour, and then the jury will retire to deliberate. At that point, they'll be sequestered. Typically, the first thing that's done is a jury foreperson is selected. It can be anyone. Sometimes I've heard that juries do straw votes just to see where everyone's thinking. Right. Other times they start meticulously going through count by count.
So, they have a mountain of evidence that they have to go through if they want to. I mean, so what do? They go into the jury room and they say, okay, let's vote. Who wants the death penalty? Who doesn't? Is that where it begins, more or less?
They may well do that to see if there's any disagreement right from the outset. But sooner or later, they have to painstakingly go through all the evidence one by one. They'll have the DVDs, the surveillance. They can listen, watch to whatever they want. If they decide they want testimony read back, they can file a question with the judge asking for a readback. Sometimes that's done, sometimes it's not. And ultimately, after they sift through every single count, they'll come up with a verdict on a pre-printed verdict form. All they do is check off the box, and then they'll buzz the buzzer, which tells the clerk to tell the judge it's time to come back in the courtroom for the verdict.
All right, it should be interesting. Richard, thank you. As always, we appreciate your insight.